we decided to kind of veer away from that. You know, we did that 2 years, and it was a tough event. Last year, the storm, you know, we were rained out, and obviously, financially, it didn't help us very much. So the Friday night event seemed to be kind of a risky part of this. What we did do, though, and again, you know, thank you to all of you who do fill out surveys, because we do listen, is this year's event, you know, normally we finish up the Dragonboat races, and we're done. We do the award ceremony, and we're done. This year we have a band playing till 6 o'clock. Beverages will be served later so that the teams can stick around and celebrate. And that was a big theme in the surveys that came back that basically said, look, you know, let us celebrate and paddle. I'm trying to be politically correct here since we're taping. And then when you do the award ceremony, you cut us off. So this year we're going to let it go a little bit longer. Boxcar is the last band of the day, and they play till 6 o'clock. Instead of Friday night, we got a paddle party. Saturday, we got a paddle. And since you guys were the previous champs last year, right? You got a lot to celebrate, so if you could, you know, defend your title this year, you can stick around again.
Be nice.
And do that.
We're trying.
Right there, that's your target, guys. That's it. Okay, any other questions about just the logistics in terms of registering your teams, wristbanding, team tents?
Did you say that friends and family cannot be with us in our tent? Or?
Yes, they can. Yes,
Okay.
they can. They can. They just cannot go in Riverside Park where you load.
Okay.
We know a lot of the families like to be there when you're loading on the boat and cheer you when you get off. Because of construction this year, that just can't happen.
Okay.
So once you get into the loading area, it's team members only. But oh gosh, yeah, get your family there, get your friends, get your coworkers, get them inside the leach and on the boardwalk to cheer you on and get them in the team test. And more importantly, to earn those spirit points, get them to walk or run in the 5K race there. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Lester. He'll talk a little bit more about the really important stuff like the race.
Hi, I'm Lester Millett. I work at the YMCA. I've been the marshal for the last 2 years. I'm the guy that makes sure that everybody's getting on the right boats and going in the right direction. As Jeff said, we are racing towards the lake this year. If you look at our map, our marshaling area we had in the past was pretty much where we docked the boats, those two. This year, if you look, our marshaling area it's in the leach, and it's up on this hill. The restrooms, as you can see, I don't know if anybody can see, I should have a little thing here. So this is where we're marshaling. The team communication tent is right there, and also the results board. It's all right in one area. Last year we had marshaling in one area, the results board and the communication were kind of all spread out. So everything is all in one area here. And this is where we'll have our PDFs, the life jackets will be on here. And after you guys are all set, I got you knowing which docks that you'll be going on to. We'll be coming down, we'll be walking through here. You'll take a left towards the river, and the security fence we're going to have peeled away right by the river here. And we're going to walk along, and this is going to be a gravel path. That's going to lead you right along to where we dock the boats. Biggest thing, when you come back, please, the life jackets, you have to come all the way back and get the life jackets back to us. So everyone else racing after us has life jackets to wear out there. And sometimes, even when we had the life jacket stands, like right where you had to walk past them, in the past, people would still walk past them with the life jackets on and just totally forget because they're all jacked up about the race and how well they did. And everybody's excited and high-fiving, and we're catching people going, do we need the jackets, please? So this one's going to be really difficult this year. Just make sure you get them back, bring all of them back into the marshaling area. If you end up going to your tent and you notice that you have a jacket on, just come on back. It's a close walk, and we'll get everything all set there. Our format, we have, if you look on your first page here, these are our industry divisions. And this is like all like teams. So we have our not-for-profits, our industry group, our student group, our independents, our government, education, and service. These are all just little industry groups where you're kind of racing against organizations that are like you. You have a chance for an industry championship. So what we do is your first 2 races, it's combined time of your first 2 races. So if you had 1:15 in your first race and 1:15 in your second race, I made it real easy for everybody. 2:30 total, right? 2:30 total. If you're the fastest out of education, you are the champion of the education industry division. If you have the fastest time of everybody that's in government or whatever, you win a plaque. Congratulations, you win a plaque, everybody. Industry division champions. So that's just your combination, your times of your first 2 races. But those first 2 races also seed you for the division races that we have afterwards. So if you flip over to the next page, you'll see the schedule of the day. And as you look, you'll have your first 2 teams. You'll see your first 2 races are already set for you. So you know what time you guys are racing for race 1 and your second race. Important thing to look at. It shows marshaling, loading, and racing. We need you to be at the marshaling area 25 minutes before your race. It's listed exactly down the left-hand side when we need you guys over into the marshaling area. Then we have loading, which usually happens 10 minutes after that, after I give my long-winded speech of everybody be safe and have your life jackets on and all that other fun stuff. And then you get on the boats, loading on the boats, and then out into the river and hopefully racing at 9 o'clock, if that's your racing time. As you can see, we race every 8 minutes. This is way fast. This is faster than any other Dragonboats races that we've seen, we've looked into, or people that have run races. See, usually they go 12 minutes. But the years before, when we did 12 minutes, we just ended up getting so far ahead because we're so good, so well organized, that we kept rotating teams on through so quick. It's like it's a half hour before the race starts, and we're saying we need this team, we need this team, so we cut the race time a little bit smaller. Might kind of bite us this year because of all the construction and stuff like that this year, but I have a feeling that we're going to keep up if everybody's there 25 minutes before. Also remember, if we get ahead, you guys have to keep track on when your race is, and you need to be there, make sure everybody's there even before that, even before the marshaling area, because if we're rolling along and we get ahead of time, and you were originally supposed to have an 11 o'clock race, but we're 15 minutes ahead, we're going to call for that race to come up. It'll be everybody come up for that race because we don't slow down. So if your team, be ready way ahead of time, even before on the marshaling area, and you'll see when it is. So if you have an 11 o'clock race, please don't tell everybody, go away, we don't have to race till 11 o'clock. Come back at 11 and we'll be in. If we end up going quick and getting faster, you might race at 10:30. You might race at 1:45. So keep track. The results board is going to be right up there, and it's going to let you know who's racing and how what the times are and when we're skipping along. So please stick around. Yes, ma'am.
Hear a little better?
Huh?
You'll be able to hear a little better. Sometimes the PA system isn't the best. You can't hear.
Yeah, they'll be blasting right out at you. So see, it's our announcer guys are going to be up in the beach area with us this year. So. You should be able to hear it, and also we have our communication pad. They run around and tell you. We have the ladies that did it last year. They'll look for the next 4 teams that are up, and they'll run to your pad and say, "We're ahead of schedule. You guys might be a little bit."